Hello, and welcome to this short video presentation put together to give you basic information about Brookville Schools' upcoming operating levy. Election Day is November 5th, 2013, and the school levy is issue number 40. This is an operating levy, which means the money will go to day-to-day operational needs of the school district. Examples would include transportation cost, teachers and staffing, and the growing cost of providing technology needs. The request is passage of an additional 4.8 mils. You may remember that Brookville Schools were on the ballot in May of 2013 seeking a 5.5 mil operating levy. Unfortunately, this levy failed by 2 votes. The request this fall is for 4.8 mils. This reflects a decrease of nearly a full mil from last May. You may wonder why the school district is asking for less. This is because last May the governor had recommended a 0% increase in state funding for Brookville Schools. Since that time, the legislators have approved a slight increase in funding for our schools. As a result, the millage requested of local property owners could be decreased. If you're wondering, the last additional operating levy for our schools was approved in November of 2008, 5 years ago. At the heart of a request for additional funding should be the question of whether a school is providing quality services. While schools provide many services to a community, most important is promoting student academic achievement. Brookville Schools continue each year to rank at or near the top of Montgomery County in performance index, grade level test scores, student attendance rate, and 4-year graduation rate. The table above shows some of the highlights from the 2012-13 academic year. Once again, Brookville Schools are at the top in state-mandated testing. All government entities are being asked these days, do you have a revenue problem or a spending problem? The graph below should dispel this question. This graph shows cost per pupil expenditure. This tells the story of how much it costs a school district to fund a student in a year's time. As you can see by this graph, Brookville Schools have been fiscally responsible. In fact, while achieving high academic standards, the district has maintained the lowest cost per pupil expenditure rate of any school district in Montgomery County. Brookville Schools actually spend nearly $2,000 less per pupil each year than the average in our county. This validates that the district is not overspending. In fact, all schools, including Brookville, have become more cost efficient. The new culprit in creating financial hardship for schools is a loss in revenue. As you see by this graph, Brookville Schools are now bringing in nearly $625,000 less per year than just 4 years ago in 2010. Here are the main reasons why. 1. Reduced state reimbursement of the tangible personal property tax. This revenue source was due to be phased out by the state and instead was simply slashed by legislators. Number 2, declining property values in the district. Many of you have experienced your home appraisal going down. This results in less money coming into our schools. Number 3, lowered interest rates on investments. Number 4, cuts in federal funding that were meant to fund state shortfalls. And number 5, losses to students attending charter schools or open enrolling in other districts. So how do our school taxes in Brookville compare to other communities? Actually, Brookville's school tax collection rate ranks 15th lowest of the 16 Montgomery County school districts. Only Jefferson Local Schools has a lower school tax rate. This includes all school taxes, even the new buildings. 2 county schools have income taxes that have been converted for the purpose of this graph. Overall, Brookville residents have enjoyed low school taxes relative to other communities. Brookville Schools encourage you to be sure and vote. In May, the school levy failed by just 2 votes. This was evident that every vote counts. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. It is also convenient to vote early by mail. You can do this by contacting the Board of Elections at www.mcboe.org or calling them at 937-225-5656. It is a very simple formula to determine what this levy may cost you. The example at the bottom of the page is for the average home in Brookville, which is appraised at $100,000. This homeowner will pay $14 per month, or approximately 50 cents per day for this levy. Hopefully, the information you have just been given helps clarify the tangible reasons that the school levy is justified. Beyond that, we know that schools become the heart and soul of a community. They are a tremendous source of pride. Brookville Schools work hard to provide students socially and academically what they need to be successful throughout life. The truth is that local levies always have been and continue to be the way schools are funded in Ohio. We ask that you have a willingness to give the next generation the skills and experiences they need to keep our community proud and progressive by supporting issue number 40, November 5th. Thank you.